Hello, class. Good to see you again. Yes, you can see it. It's time for the new chapter. This is American English File, 2nd edition, Book 2, Student Book, Part 8A. I don't know what to do. Everyone, look at the pictures. Now look at this word, advice. Advice. What does it mean? Check your dictionary or Google Translate. All right? Now, advice means guidance or recommendations offered with regard to a prudent future action. My advice is to see your doctor. So, advice means guidance, help, or maybe support, right? Now, I have some questions for you. Okay, let's read the questions together. Number 1, what advice would you give to yourself right now? Number 2, where do you go to get good advice? From who? Number 3, are men or women better at giving advice? Number 4, what advice do you have for people who want to study English? Number 5, what advice do you have about being successful with money? Your money advice. Number 6, whose advice would you never take and why? Number 7, have you ever been given bad advice? Number 8, what things do you ask for advice on? For example, which problems? Number 9, would you look for advice online? For example, you check your problem online and look for advice. For example, we have ChatGPT, I think, these days, that people ask, or for example, they ask their phones, right? And the last one, what's the best piece of advice you could give anyone? Now, first, take your time, answer these questions. Well done. Now, I need you to speak with your partner, exchange your ideas, compare your answers. Let's talk. Now, that was a very good discussion. I'm proud of you. But I have 2 more questions for you. Talk to a partner. Number 1, if you have a problem that you need to talk about, do you talk to a friend or to a member of your family, and why? Another one, do you think that men find it more difficult than women to talk about their problems? Why or why not? Take your time.
A few moments later.
Well done and great answers. Everybody, read 3 problems from a weekly article in a newspaper. What is the name of the article? The title? Too macho to talk, right? Match 2 pieces of advice to each problem. For example, problem A, problem B, problem C. And we have 6 advices. So, 2 advices for 1 problem. All right? This is on you. Read and match.
A few minutes later.
Great. Now, let's read the article together and match them. Too macho to talk? Are you a man who finds it difficult, hard to talk about feelings and problems with your friends and family? Send us your problem and you will get advice from our readers. So these are readers' advice. Problem A. 3 weeks ago, I asked my girlfriend to marry me. We have been together for 18 months. Quite long. It was an impulse, but now I'm having second thoughts. I am deeply in love with her. But is this too soon? Please help. Okay, let's match the advices, right? Number 4 and 6. Okay, you felt it was right at the time, but for some reason now you are not sure. You clearly love this girl, and I think you should go for it. I got married after 4 months of dating, and we celebrated 30 years together this year. And number 6, you shouldn't do anything in a hurry. Set a date 18 months from now, which will give you time to be sure you're doing the right thing. And don't plan too much. If you start booking restaurants and getting clothes for the big day, it will make things worse if you then change your mind. Not bad. Problem B. My wife is running her first marathon in Orlando, Florida, and she really wants me to go and watch her. However, there is a business conference in New York the same weekend, and my boss would like me to attend. What should I do? All right. For this one, number 2 and 5. In my opinion, I don't think it's worth making problems at work. Why don't you suggest that she asks a girlfriend or a family member to go with her instead? All right. And number 5, you should be there. Maybe this is a once in a lifetime moment for her. You can always keep in touch with coworkers on your phone. Not bad. And the last one, problem C. My wife wants us to spend 2 weeks in Cape Cod, Massachusetts in the summer with her family, but I find her father really difficult to get along with. Should I go and risk having arguments all the time, or should I suggest separate vacations this year? Okay, and for this one, of course, 1 and 3. Number 1, this seems like an easy one. Go, but try to avoid him where possible. And if you can't avoid him, then just smile and don't get into a conversation. Nice one. And number 3, you should tell your wife how you feel. Be polite and above all, be honest. You do not have to like her father. If he really is difficult, everyone else will already know. Good advices. Now everyone read the problems and the advices again. Look at the highlighted verb phrases and guess their meanings. For example, avoid him, it's worth. Get advice, I'm having second thoughts. Okay, you know what to do. Google. And the last part, talk to a partner. What piece of advice do you agree with most for each problem? Each problem had 2 advices, right? Which one do you agree with? All right. And do you have any other suggestions? Okay. You know what to do. Speak with your partner. You did great. Now, everyone, find and underline 7 examples of should and shouldn't in problems and advices in this article, the article that we just read. All right. And answer these questions. What do we use should for? Number 2, how do you make negatives and questions with should? All right, I'm gonna wait for you. Read it again.
3 days later.
Good, you're back. Now everyone, these are the sentences. What should I do? Should I go or should I suggest separate vacations? You should tell your wife, I think you should go for it. You should be there. You shouldn't do anything in a hurry. Okay, so what do we use should for? Should is used to give advice. Yeah, you should. I think it's a good idea. It is not an obligation and is not as strong as you have to or you must, right? How do you make negatives and questions with should? To make a negative, add not, should not, shouldn't. And to make a question, use a base form without to. For example, should I go? Should I study? Should I wait? But we're not finished yet. Let's continue. Everyone, listen and practice.
3.46.
You should wear a suit to the interview.
I think you should change your job.
I don't think you should speak to her.
He's very stressed. He shouldn't work so hard.
You shouldn't drink coffee in the evening. It'll keep you awake.
Good. Now everyone, use should or shouldn't plus the verb, the base form, should wear, should change, right? Shouldn't work. to give somebody advice or say what you think is the right thing to do. So again, we're talking about giving advice, right? Should or shouldn't is the same for all persons. And we often use I think you should or I don't think you should when you want to give advices. And we have another thing, ought to. You can also use ought to instead of should. For example, you ought to wear a suit. We say you ought to wear a suit. Or we don't usually use ought to in the negative form. So bear that in mind. Okay, let's practice together. We have two exercises. A, complete with should or shouldn't. Again, giving advices, right? For example, you should stop smoking. Part B, complete the sentences with should or shouldn't plus a verb in the list. For example, these are the verbs: drive, go, leave, relax, spend, study, take, walk, wear. For example, we should leave early. It's going to start snowing soon. Now, everyone, stop the video and do it. Very good. Check your answers with your friends. Okay? Now, let's do it together. Number 1, you shouldn't work really long hours every day. Number 2, you should lose a little bit of weight. Number 3, you should eat more fruit and vegetables. Number 4, you shouldn't put so much sugar in your coffee. Number 5, you should start exercising. Number 6, you should drink less soda. Number 7, you should drink more water. Number 8, you shouldn't go to bed so late. Okay? Next exercise, number 1, you should wear a scarf. It's really cold today. Number 2, I should study this afternoon. I have an exam tomorrow. Number 3, you shouldn't walk alone in that part of the city. Take a taxi. Number 4, she should relax more. She's very stressed. Number 5, you shouldn't drive so fast at night. The roads are dangerous. Number 6, you should go to bed. You look tired. Number 7, parents should spend more time with their children. Number 8, we shouldn't take a break yet. We only started work at 10. Well done, everyone. Let's move on. Part 3, pronunciation. Everybody listen and repeat the words and sounds. What's the difference between the two sounds? Okay, listen.
3.47 Bull, good, put, should, would.
boot, ooh, do, soon, true, you.
All right. So can you tell me what's the difference? The sound oo is a longer sound. Boot, do, soon, right? Easy. Now, everybody, are the pink letters in these words sound 1 like bull, or sound 2 ooh? Listen and check. All right. And which consonant isn't pronounced in should, would, and could? Okay, this is on you. Listen.
3.48 Sound 1
book, could, foot, look.
Sound 2
ooh, flew, food, school.
Well done. Now, everyone, the sound L is not pronounced. Should, would, could. As you can see, L is not pronounced. L is silent. Okay, you're doing great. Another easy exercise, listen and write 6 sentences. Okay, listen and write.
3.49. 1,
What should I do?
2,
You should read a good book.
3,
You could send her an email.
4,
I wouldn't want to be in your situation.
5,
Could you help me with this?
6,
You shouldn't worry about it.
Well done. Now, if you need, you can rewind and listen again. What are the sentences? All right. Now, everybody, listen again and repeat. Copy the rhythm. Okay?
3.49. 1,
What should I do?
2,
You should read a good book.
3,
You could send her an email.
4,
I wouldn't want to be in your situation.
5,
Could you help me with this?
6,
You shouldn't worry about it.
Good job. Nicely done. Now it's time to talk. What should I do? Everybody, read problem 1 to your friend. He or she will give you some advice. For example, my laptop isn't working well. It's very slow. It's a problem. Your friend should give you some advice. If it's good, you say, thank you, that's a good idea. If it's not a good idea, you say thanks, but that's not a very good idea because, right? Okay, now everybody, these are some problems, and I have some more for you. Again, you can switch and repeat. This is on you. Speak with your partner. Part 4, it's time to listen. Everyone, listen to someone calling a radio program called What's the Problem? What is the problem about? Make notes in the chart. Okay? So listen and write the problem. All right?
3.50.
Welcome to this morning's edition of What's the Problem? Today, we're talking about friends. So if you have a problem with one of your friends and you'd like our psychologist, Catherine, to give you some advice, just call us at 1-800-555-5500. Our first caller today is Kevin from Atlanta. Hello, Kevin.
Hi.
What's the problem?
Yes, my problem is with my best friend, Alan. Well, the thing is, he's always flirting with my girlfriend.
Your best friend flirts with your girlfriend?
Yes, when the three of us are together, he always says things to my girlfriend like, "Wow, you look amazing today," or "I love your dress, Suzanne," things like that. And when we're at a party, he always asks her to dance.
Do you think he's in love with your girlfriend?
I don't know, but I'm getting really stressed about it. What can I do?
Okay. So what's the problem? His best friend flirts with his girlfriend.
Emotional, damn it!
Now, everyone, what is your advice for this situation? You want my advice? Dump that friend. And if the girlfriend allows it to, dump that girlfriend too. What do you think? Compare your notes with your partner. All right. Now, everyone, listen to an expert giving advice and make notes in the chart. Is it the same as yours? Is it a good advice? Why or why not? Okay, listen.
3.51.
Well, let's see if our expert can help. Catherine?
Hello, Kevin. Have you talked to your girlfriend about this?
No, I haven't. I don't want Suzanne to think I'm jealous.
Well, first, I think you should talk to her. Ask her how she feels and what she thinks of Alan's behavior. Maybe she thinks it's fine and they are just good friends. That it's just his personality. If that's what she thinks, then I think you should accept it and relax.
What should I do if she also finds it, difficult, uncomfortable?
Then I think you should talk to Alan. Tell him that he's a good friend, but that you and Suzanne have problems with the way he behaves. I'm sure he'll stop doing it. He's probably never thought it was a problem.
Okay, thanks. I'll talk to Suzanne tonight.
All right. So what is the advice? The expert's advice is for Kevin to talk to his girlfriend first to see how she feels. If she doesn't like the way Alan behaves, then Kevin should talk to Alan and tell him to stop. So is it a good advice or a bad advice? Why? All right. Now, everybody, we have another caller. First, listen and tell me, what's the problem? All right.
3.52.
And our next caller is Miranda from Brooklyn. Hi, Miranda.
Hi.
And what's your problem?
My problem is with my husband's ex-wife. They divorced 5 years ago before I met him. But she still calls him at least once a week to chat. And if she has a problem in her apartment or with her car, she always calls him and asks him to come and help her.
Does your husband have children with his ex-wife?
No, they don't have any children. That's why I think she should stay out of our lives.
Catherine, over to you. What do you think Miranda should do?
Okay. So again, what's the problem? Her husband's ex-wife calls him once a week to chat and always asks him for help if she has a problem. All right. Now you're going to listen to the advice from the expert. What's the advice? And do you agree or disagree? Why? All right.
3.53.
Hi, Miranda. Well, first, have you spoken to your husband about this?
Yes, I have. He thinks I'm being difficult. He feels sorry for his ex. She's on her own and she doesn't have a partner.
Okay, Miranda. Do you have any male friends? Men who are just good friends?
Yes, I have a friend named Bill. We've been friends since I was a teenager.
That's perfect. My advice is this. When your husband's ex-wife calls and asks him to go and see her, call Bill and arrange to meet and have dinner or go to the movies. Every time your husband meets his ex or has a long phone call, you meet Bill or have a long phone call. He'll soon see what's happening and he'll stop seeing his ex.
I think that's a great idea. Thank you, Catherine.
And the next caller is...
Okay, so what's the advice? The expert's advice is for Miranda to meet her friend Bill every time her husband meets his ex-wife. I don't think that's a very good advice, but what do you think? All right, speak to your partner and share your ideas. You did great. So far, so good. Part 5. Vocabulary. Get. Look at 3 sentences from the lesson. Match the examples of get with meanings A to C. All right, so these are the meanings. Buy, obtain, B, receive, C, become. Match the sentences with the meaning. Take your time. Good. If you're ready, number 1, send us your problem and you will get advice. What does it mean, get advice? B, receive. All right. Number 2, if you start booking restaurants and getting clothes for the big day, all right, getting clothes. A, buy, obtain. And the last one, of course, it's obvious. C, I'm getting really stressed about it. Becoming, right? I'm becoming stressed. Well done, but that's just the start. Follow me. Good, you're here. As I told you, we're going to talk about the verb get. Everybody, get, become, plus adjective or past participle. All right, for example, get nervous, number 1. All right, get means become plus a comparative. Get means buy or obtain. Get plus preposition, phrasal verbs. Get to, arrive, or get, receive. Everybody look at the pictures, match the pictures with the phrases. This is on you. Now, if you're ready, I need you to listen and check. Let's do it.
3.54. Get. 5.
Get angry.
3.
Get divorced.
6.
Get in shape.
4.
Get lost.
2.
Get married.
1.
Get nervous.
7. Get better. 9. Get colder. 8. Get worse. 11.
Get a job.
12.
Get a newspaper.
10.
Get a ticket.
13. Get along well with. 15. Get on a bus. Get off a bus. 14. Get up. 16.
Get home.
18.
Get to school.
17.
Get to work.
19. Get an email. 21. Get a present. 20. Get a text message.
You did great. So, as you can see, get is one of the most common verbs in English. It has several different meanings. For example, arrive, become, and it can also be used with many prepositions or adverbs with different meanings. For example, get up, get on with. Now you know what it means completely. So, we talked about the verb get. Now it's time to use it in a discussion. Everybody, I have 8 questions here. First, read the questions. Well done. Answer the questions. Now, I need you to speak to your partner and compare your answers. I'm going to read the questions for you one by one. When was the last time you got a present? What was it? Who was it from? Number 2, would you like to get in shape? What do you think you should do? Number 3, what website do you use if you want to get tickets or to travel or for the movies, theater, concerts? Number 4, who do you get along with best in your family? Is there anybody you don't get along with? Number 5, how do you get to work or school? How long does it usually take you? Number 6, what's the first thing you do when you get home from work or school? Number 7, do you have a good sense of direction or do you often get lost? And the last one, how many emails or text messages do you get a day? Are they mostly from friends? And do you usually reply immediately? Well, you know the drill. Speak with your partner. Okay, everyone, this is the last set in the house. Writing. Read 2 problems on a website. Write a response to one of them giving advice. So you have to read the problem and write an advice for it. Okay. Goodadvice.com. Post your problems here and you'll get advice from all over the world. Okay. The first problem. My best friend wants to borrow some money to help her buy a car. I have the money and she says she'll pay me back next year. That's a long time. But I'm worried that it's not a good idea to lend money to friends. What should I do? All right. Next one. My friend Anna has gone away on vacation for 2 weeks and I'm taking care of her cat. Yesterday, I couldn't find the cat anywhere. My friend is coming home in 3 days. I'm desperate. Should I call her now and tell her? What should I do? All right. Give the advices. Write them down. And when you write them, compare your advices with your friends. One more thing. Language for giving advice. Look, I think you should do this. I don't think you should do this. Why don't you call her? Why don't you look for the cat? You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Or you could, tell her, So this is on you. This is the language that you need to use. Write responses. Now, in your group, everyone, read your responses. Whose advice is the best? Which one of you had the best advice? And that's all there is for today. Well done, everyone. Another session done. So easy. You just have to do it. Even when you don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. You'll win. See you.